Good afternoon, everybody. And if you're on, well, just say good day, because if you're on Central Standard Time or back, it's still morning for you guys. But East Coast time, it is good afternoon. Hello, 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 hello. How are you guys doing? All right, I gotta be very, very quick with this one because I have a live. I pushed mine back a little bit. This is a last minute order. What happened, dear? Yes. I have a last minute order. Some parents that didn't get shirts for the ones I did for my sister. And hold on, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. So I am. This is not. What's that thing called? SILAHOLICS Crafty Business Awareness Month. It's not the video for that. Hold on. Okay. So it's not the video for that. This was a last minute order, and people asked about the sublimation paper rolls. So I wanted to come on to do that to do this so you guys can see the sublimation paper rolls. All right, what the heck is going on? My Silaholics Anonymous Facebook is not working for some reason. Alrighty then. Okay, there it is. Now it just came up on my phone. I'm like, wait a minute, why didn't I get a notification on my phone? All right, now it's on my phone. Let me go ahead and share this out real quick. Okay, and I need to do the other one. All right, I'm trying to share this out, so just bear with me 1 second. All right, so I'll share it out, and now I need to pull this up on my the feed on my phone so that I can show you guys the printer as it's printing out. Alrighty. Let me go into StreamYard. How are y'all doing today? Enter Studio. Oh, wait, I have to turn on the camera, back facing. Okay. All right, I have that all set up. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go straight into Silhouette Studio and show you how to set up the print settings for this. So give me just a second. All right, we're all set up there. All right, hello everybody. I am, God, I had a whole brain freeze. I'm trying to help her get this done because she just called me and she's like, are they done yet? And I finished the ones that were the printable transfers, but she didn't have any more shirts. I don't have any more printable transfers, so she had to get these in sublimation. So I'm about to do those, and so I'm trying to rush because I know this is going to take a long time to print because I put all 4 on one sheet, so it's going to take a while for it to print. So I am Shakia of SILAHOLICS Anonymous, and on the product line, Honestly Speaking, I am using Honestly Speaking Sublimation ink and our Tacky roll paper. It comes in 8.5 inches wide, 13 inches wide, and 24 inches wide, and they are 328 feet long. And yeah, I'm going to print to my Epson 7720, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that, and then we're going to press it. All right. So let's go over to Silhouette Studio. And so it's all set up here. You can do it from whatever program allows you to print longer. Of course, I use Silhouette Studio, hence the name SILAHOLICS Anonymous. So you're going to set your machine. If you're using Silhouette Studio, you cannot do this from Cricut. So remember, you cannot do this from Cricut Design Space. You would go and set your machine up to none. If you're using an older version of Silhouette Studio, you would simply set your cutting mat to none. But with the 4.3 version, in order for you to go 13 inches wide, you have to set your machine to none as well. So you set your machine to none, which will make your cutting mat none. You're going to come here and you're going to put in, well, I put in 13, but when you go to print, you can only actually print 12.95. But I put 13. I'm nowhere near the edges, so I am okay. All right, so 13 by 47. You can actually do 47.24, but I just put 47 because I didn't need the rest of it. And then that's it for that. So then we're going to come over to the print settings. And it says I have a paper problem because I've already sent this to print. So we're going to go to Preferences. Under Document Size, you're going to go to User Define. And this is where you will put that in. So I already have mine here that says 13-inch roll. But again, right here, it tells you the max width and height. So 12.95 by 47.24. That's what I put in. I name it 13 by 47 sub roll. And then you hit OK. And now that's saved. So when I go to click on document size, it's here. OK, but I already have a preset for it. But just to kind of go over it without clicking on my, my preset, it's plain paper, bright white. You're going to set the quality to either high, or you can go in here and go to quality. On a Mac, you would choose quality. And then down here, nothing in this area, this part right here, quiet mode is on. Here, high speed, it doesn't matter if it's on or off. It pretty much prints the same way. Mirror image, and then up here, custom, color controls, Adobe RGB 1.8. My density is at -5. Come over here to maintenance, extended settings, thick paper envelope, and my density is at -15 because with the tacky paper, especially with this having a lot of black in it, it can pick up on like pizza wheels and stuff. So I did clean my pizza wheels beforehand, and then I set it to -15. You're going to see that it's not going to affect how it presses. So then I would hit OK. If you're going to save it as a preset, you hit preset. I do have videos that go over like just going to the preset one. But from here, you would just hit print. I'm going to cancel because I've already sent this to print. Okay. And then I'm going to go over and just show you how it's set up on the, well, in the printer so that it can print out. All right, hold on one second. Okay, so I already have it in. As you can see, I loaded through the front. When I'm putting this in, I'll show you on this one how you adjust the rollers, the tray. You take this piece here, and I'm sorry, I have to do this with one hand. You pull this all the way back. So you pull this one, you pull your tray all the way back. This part here comes all the way back, and then these right here go all the way out. So that's how you set up your tray. And then you just lay your paper in there. It's rough side down, or when you're talking about the roll, it's the part that's like on the top. That's the part that comes off of the roll. And then you just kind of hold it in place and then push it in so it's in there. You're going to get a paper mismatch. So if you have like a 7210, you'll still get a paper mismatch, but I forget how it's worded. I had to go back to my mom's to go like to see how it's worded. But you'll see a paper mismatch. You're going to hit done, and then you're going to hit the bottom option, which is user defined plain paper instead of either 8.5 by 11 plain paper. You're going to hit that and then hit print, and it's going to pull it in. And it's going to start to print. That's how easy it is to use the roll. I pulled this out just so that it won't roll back on itself, and it will print out. And then I'll go and press. It's going to take this a little minute for it to print out. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. So it's going to take that a little minute. So whatever general questions you guys have, feel free to go ahead and ask those questions. And I think I'm going to have to go in a minute because I think the person for the other order is coming to pick them up. She tried to call, but I'm live, so. You have to cut the paper down. So you saw that. It was just a piece of it. So you have to cut it down. There is no way to put an entire roll. If you put the entire roll on there, it will just feed through until all the paper comes out. So you have to cut it down to size. No longer than 47 inches. Yes. I don't get, wait, and you just the top tray out. You adjust the top. You can adjust it from any tray. Because I print with plain paper setting, you can do that from the top tray or the bottom tray. It doesn't matter which one. I personally use a 7720, but as you saw from, well, if you didn't see the title screen of this, it's the same for all Epson printers. Even with the smaller Eco Tanks, you can print up to 47.24 inches long. You just, of course, there's only one feed for that from the rear. So for the smaller, for the Eco Tanks, you'll go through the rear feed, but for all of like the workforces, expressions, you can go straight through the tray. What did you miss? I just showed the print settings for the tacky paper and loading it into the printer. Now it's printing out. Once that's done, I will take it off and then print. So let me go over here to here. So this is what we are printing. You can print up to 13 inches wide, of course, with the wide format printers, and you can print up to 8.5 inches long on the 2720s, 4700s, 3710s, like all of those. So you just adjust it to 8.5 by 47.24. And then, of course, in Silhouette Studio, you set it to none, matte to none, which will automatically go to none. If you have an older version of Silhouette Studio, you can just set your cutting mat to none and then be able to go do 13 by 47. You can set this up to 13 by 47, but when you go to your print settings, it's only 12.95. I mean, you can set this up to 12.95. It's not going to make that much of a difference. So I just normally just put this at 13 by 47, but for the print settings, if you put 13, it's not going to save it. Let's see. Fell asleep at the birthday bash. Ladies Life, you're talking about StarCraft Solo. I heard the price is $4.99 for 16 inches. Not sure about that price, but if it comes with all of those bells and whistles, yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. I want one. Tacky paper is just like sublimation paper, except that when you press it to a shirt, it sticks to the shirt. It can help prevent ghosting. However, with our regular sublimation paper, ghosting is like very, very highly unlikely unless like you kind of hesitate on pulling it down. Our paper domes once you press it. So, and then the ink fully releases. There's a difference between there being no ink on the paper and then having full ink release. Because I've seen papers where there's no ink on the paper, but if it were to jump, slide, or move, it's going to ghost. So there's a very big difference between no ink left on the paper and full ink release. Our paper has full ink release. So unless you actually shift it, it's not going to bleed. So many papers where especially if you have an auto press, you lift it, if it moves just a little bit, it's still sublimating. So once it moves, that's going to come down. Our paper does not do that. But with the tacky one, it will stick to your fabrics. I mainly use it for like all over shirts because it just makes it so much easier and it can stick to it. But in this case, I needed to do 4 prints. So rather than do 2 13 by 19s, which actually it didn't quite fit on a 13 by 19, I did the roll paper. That way I can print them all at one time. Because if I were to go to 13 by 19 feet, it doesn't fit. So the roll paper is beneficial for times like this, to where this would have been a waste and I would have had to do 4 13 by 19 papers just to print these out. So whether it's a tacky paper or a regular sublimation paper, rolls are great to have in your stash. Gotcha. This would save so much. I have to buy all sizes, so this would be more cost effective. It can be, but I mean, you do have to cut it down. So if you're doing a lot, whether or not, if you're going to pre-cut them down, then, when you're going to pull them, it can be beneficial. But if you're doing a lot and you just need to have it print, you don't want to have to keep setting them up this way, I definitely recommend having, sheets as well. And we have both on our website, shop.silaholics.anonymous.com. We have both of them on our website. So the Tacky Sublimation Paper Rolls, as well as the regular 100 packs of paper, 8.5 by 11, 8 by 14, 11 by 17, 13 by 19. And both of them print or press, for the most part, most heat presses, as long as you know that the output is 365, it will sublimate at 365 degrees for just 30 seconds. Yeah, if it's a servo motor and it's quiet, yeah, I want it. Do you have a link so we can see and save the settings? So I have a video. Just search. If you go to my YouTube, actually I can put it in the comments. I did save that one. But if you go to our YouTube, honestly speaking, and just put updated or just put honestly speaking sub settings, you'll find it. But I'm going to go to here, updated sub settings, copy and paste. Yes, we sell it on our website. What would be the time to sub a tumbler? It really depends on the oven that you have. I can go anywhere from 3 minutes to 5.5 minutes if it's like a really dark color. If it's something that's light, I normally can do it in 3 minutes, which is why our thing says like 3-minute oven tumblers. So in an oven, it would be 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the colors, and you'll have to figure out like what works best for your oven, because all ovens are different. I personally use 375 because that's where mine kind of goes up to, but there are others that use 350 on their oven, and they'll do like 6 minutes. Like they have to do the 6 minutes because they have it at 350. And then with a mug press, I've never done a tumbler in a mug press, but for those that have done it, they say it's like a couple seconds, like 30, 40 seconds or something like that. And if you're wanting to purchase it, the direct link is in the description of the video. The one that says Shop HS Ink. It will take you to the Honestly Speaking collection. You can go to home or just go to any of the tabs at the top to get right to the paper or get right to the ink. But that link that says Shop HS Ink will take you right to the HS Ink collection on our website. I was trying to find it. It can be, I mean, it's more so ideal for shirts. It can be. I have done tumblers with them. I did the mug. I did this mug last night. I typically don't really use it for hard substrates, but I did this mug last night. And I think it was just that mug press. I'm not sure if it was the pressure or if it was like the heat on it. I know I've done them before. I did a mug with the tacky paper in the Cricut mug press, and it was completely smooth. This one, I do see the texture, because you're going to feel like it's a tacky texture. It's a texture on the paper, and you kind of see it on this mug a little bit. I don't know if it'll focus. So, but I have used it. The only thing that someone said that they had issues with was like the metal card tags, that it would leave like spots on there because it is very much so textured. It's almost done. See? So that's almost done. We're going to go over to the heat press. I know I asked before, but I got busy, forgot what you said. The chip resetter y'all have. Can I use that? Yes. If you go to the website, it lists all of the printers that, well, it tells you like the workforce and all that. If you go to where it says the Sublimation starter collection, and it has like all that stuff on it. So yes, it works for all of the workforce, 77, 76, 3600, like the expressions. The only one that it does not work for is the 7820 and the 7840, because those are single-use chips. Well, any of the single-use chips, they don't work for. You'll have to go back and watch the beginning of this video to see that, because I did show it in the beginning. So once this is over with, you'll be able to go back and immediately watch it. And I showed how it was loaded in the printer. The tacky paper roll is the truth. And the and the lie ain't nowhere in it. I subbed at 365 for 37 seconds with no bleed through, no blue fiber lines, and maxed out ink release. My son took the shirt and ran. Kudos. All right, so this is all printed out. And it's not tacky as far as when it's on the roll. It's going to feel like regular dry paper. It becomes tacky with the heat. The tack is heat activated to stick to the shirt or to stick to the fabrics. All right. So let me cut this up. I do it the same way that I would do any other sublimation shirt, as far as cutting off the ends, just to make sure that there is no ink on the edges. So we're going to trim this so that we don't have to do each one. I'm just going to turn it and trim off the edges, which I'm glad I am because I see a little bit of ink right there. You should always trim off the edges of your prints, just to be on the safe side so that you don't get any like ghost lines that you don't see, and then all of a sudden once you press, because with sublimation ink, even if it's a little bit there, it's going to transfer once heated. All right, I got to cut down my butcher paper. I don't need it to cover up my shirt. I need it to press out the line. So I need to cut up my butcher paper. And this roll is massive. So I have 4 shirts, so I'm going to need 5 of these. Well, I mean 3 of these. Because I use the front and the back of the paper. You'll see what I mean. So I like to save on everything. So I have ways to save on the butcher paper also. And then I need 1 more. I mark mine so that I know which is the top, because there's going to be ink on this. So let me grab my shirts. Okay, wait. Those are those. Where are my shirts? Oh, they're over here. I'm using Cricut. I'm using 2 Cricut shirts, a Hanes shirt, and a Team 365 shirt. So you're going to get to see a couple different shirts. I love the tacky roll. I did my son's gender t-shirts, and the colors are popping, baby. I love your tacky roll. Your customer service is unwavering, and unwavering support to others is unmatched. I truly appreciate you. Thank you, Kimber. Thank you, Tawny. I need to do a review. Thank you. All right, let me go over to the other camera. All right. Don't mind my junk, okay? So we're going to start with the Cricut ones. I had to do a youth large and adult medium. So we're going to start here. This is why Cricut shirts cost so much. All this darn packaging. Okay. Hers, well, actually, I don't know who's who, so, who's coming. I told Toya like 15 minutes. Ask what the name is, so I'll know which bag. So I don't lint roll. I don't put butcher paper. I have to figure out which one is which because one is slightly smaller than the other. I think. Yeah. One is slightly smaller than the other. Okay, so it's this one. Ooh, this is big for this shirt. Oh no. Oh wow, this is big. I just kind of, I mean, I knew it would be a little bit smaller, but oh wow, that's really big for this shirt. How does she do the other ones? Okay, I'm going to print out the one for this one. I'm gonna make it smaller and reprint that out. Hold on, let me send that to print so that way it's ready to go. All right, I have to go do the paper mismatch. Give me 1 second. Uh-oh, wait, I don't have no more paper in my office? Oh, wait, I've done that much printing. Oh, I don't have any more paper in the printer. And I don't have any more packs in my office. Hold on, y'all. Okay, that one's printing. All right, let me do the other shirt then, because that one's too big. All right, so I'm just going to position this. Too much pressure. Oh, I forgot with the Cricut shirts, it really doesn't leave a line because it's like a thicker material, but oh, wait, you guys can't see anything. Hold on. No, you can only print on one side of it. One side, it's the rough side. Actually, the Cricut shirt really doesn't leave a line. Huh. That's one advantage of the Cricut shirt. You don't get that line. But this is it afterwards. And this is the print. No blue squigglies or anything like that. So that is the Cricut one. And now I'm going to do the Team 365 one. Now I am going to check the pressure on this because these will get a line. So I need to decrease my pressure some. I only need this to be a 1. Okay, so that's good. So what the tacky paper does is it's stuck to it. See? So now, to knock out the line, I put this on top. I turn it like 1.5 turns. Press it, which gives it heavy pressure. See, now it's up at like a 6. I normally kind of do like a 7. I could turn it like a little bit more. Only leave it on there for a few seconds, like 10 seconds or so. I'm going to turn it back. 1, 2, so that it's ready for the next one. The line is out of it. And that shirt is done. That's how quick and easy and fast it is to do shirts with our sublimation paper, whether it is the tacky rolls or our regular paper, which you'll see the regular paper in just a moment. I don't have to tape it or anything. Now, if you feel like your heat press moves when you're pulling it down, like if you have a clamshell and you feel like it might shift, then you can tape yours down. But with this one, and it goes down evenly, I don't have to worry about taping it down. No parchment paper, no butcher paper, no cover sheet is needed with any of Honestly Speaking's paper. None is needed whatsoever. It does not bleed through. She says, do we sleep? See, it does not bleed through. So now what I'm going to do is, this is the paper that I used before. Oh wait, this is the cover sheet. This is the paper that I used before. This is the side that it was on. I don't want to use that side. I flip it over and I put my cover sheet on top. So this is the one where the ink that's from here will attach to this. And I just keep reusing this. So that way I can use both sides of my butcher paper to knock the lines out. So I'm going to turn it 1, 2. Ooh, it's probably too much pressure. That's way at an 8. I normally have it like at a 7.
Got 2 people out there, dear.
Okay. So now this one goes in the garbage. That one goes over there. And this is done. And now the last shirt. This one is with our regular sublimation paper. Ooh, cricket shirts are just small. This is still kind of big. I should have measured this. I don't never really use cricket shirts, but man, these are small. I see what people are saying. Hopefully this little girl can fit this shirt. Well, this is Desiree. She's small anyway, but man, I mean, this size it should be to where that was a nice, like in the middle. Cricket shirts are cut small. All right, so this is the regular sublimation paper, not the butcher paper. Well, I want to check the pressure real quick. Okay, so that's good. Look at see how this rolls? Like our paper domes out. So it rolls once you kind of take it off, but that paper will do the same thing. But that's what a part of it that keeps it from ghosting, and a part of it being like a really great paper is not just how it prints, the fact that you can use plain paper setting because it is going to fully release. For fabrics and things, and like for mugs, you really don't need premium matte to get amazing colors. So our paper and our ink saves you time, money. So, well, this one, somewhat like on the edges, it domes out. But like if I were to move this, how it moved on some things, I'm not worried about it ghosting at all. I can move this all the way around. The ink has fully released. So there's a difference between no ink being left on the paper and full release. Oh, I forgot to pull the collar up. At the top, it's not as dark. That's because the collar wasn't off the platen, but it's okay. It's still fairly dark. Oh wait, I don't need this one. This is the first print on this side. So now we're just going to turn this up. Press it. Oh wait, this is a cricket shirt. It actually didn't have lines in it. I didn't even need that step. I forgot. The cricket shirts don't tend to get the lines. But there you go. No blue squigglies, nothing like that. It's done. Yeah, I personally don't get the blue squigglies because I don't. Now, if you're using it at our temperatures, 365 to 375, you should not be getting them. I never lint brush or anything like that, and I don't get the blue squigglies. Nope. Yes. So it does not bleed through it because you're not using. I have a video where I went over that because it does not require. It's not over sublimating. When it's going through, it's because you're over sublimating. That's using 400 degrees for 60 seconds. You're going to over sublimate. But this, nothing goes through. On this shirt, this is a cricket shirt. This is the Hanes shirt. Nothing goes through. And that's a pretty dark design. That's all black. Nothing goes through. Hold on, y'all. They're outside. So let me do these real quick. I'll come back and finish answering questions, but I just need to. Oh, well, real quick, I wanted you guys to see the differences in these shirts. So let me flip to me real quick. So this is a Cricut shirt. Compared to a Team 365 shirt. So this is more of a silkier type feel. So I think on there, the colors are a little different because one is a silkier shirt than the other. I guess I can't hold it up for you to really see, but it's slightly different because of the texture of the shirt. And to me, Cricut shirt colors are not consistent. This one is more like it looks almost bluish, and this one looks like an off-white. So your colors will be affected by the quality of the shirt that you're using. And then the Hanes shirt is pretty thin, but you can see the colors are still amazing. All right, let me get these shirts to them. I'll be right back to finish answering your questions, okay? 1 second. Okay, so I have to print out another one for a youth medium. So let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna go File, Print, Print, and that's gonna print out. Oh shoot, gotta put paper. Hold on. Okay, that one's gonna print. Whew. And luckily I had another print, but now you guys will get to see when it comes to black polyester shirts, they will bleed through. They will have what's called dye migration. And 2 of the shirts she gave me, they're black shirts. So I have one more print and cut print that I can put on one. And then the other one is getting a screen print transfer. I gotta find it. Hold on. All right. I just had it. Okay, so these 2. Ooh, this is a small one. Ooh. All right. So with black or any colored polyester shirt, you must protect your heat press. So if it is a colored polyester shirt, you must protect your heat press. I'm looking for the scissors that quick. All right. All right, I'm putting this one on the bottom to make sure that there's no dye bleed on the bottom. For print and cuts, like the Jet Pro 3G, you have to use parchment paper on top of the print. But all of this black would mess up your heat press. So I'm going to put this on here. And I'm going to cover it with the parchment paper for the print. Oh, shoot. But to protect my heat press, I have to put a piece of butcher paper on top to make sure that the dye from the shirt does not bleed onto my heat press. Because this is colored polyester, you cannot let this sit for a long time because it will, the dye migration, it will bleed through the dye from the polyester shirt. I don't even remember where this is as far as, okay, hold on. Okay, too much pressure. So I'm going to do it in small bursts. I'm going to do the other ones. I'm going to come back to this one because if you don't, the black from here will bleed through. This is not all the way down yet. It needs more pressure, but you have to do it in smaller bursts where it kind of cools down a little bit. I guess I can do it now. It's kind of cool. So you have to do it in small ones so that it doesn't overheat it. I need a little bit more pressure. Okay, so I'm going to finish this one after I do the next shirt so that it can cool down some. Again, you do have to protect your heat press from the black of the shirt. So you want to cover that up. Even though the screen print does not require you to cover it, it's on a darker shirt. You want to protect it from any of the dye coming off the shirt and getting onto your heat press. This only needs 7 seconds, but that definitely is not enough pressure. Check it. I'm going to just test this one more time. All right, we turn this back up. All right. And then I'm going to hit this one again. Now that it's kind of cool, and the heat will have to kind of heat back up again. And it's active. I need the parchment paper. Okay, so this one should be good now. Definitely should not come up, and it's not gray in the white areas. So these are done, and then now I have to do the youth medium. Okay, he thinks I'm gone outside. He think I left him. So I'm gonna take that down some. We're gonna cut this off. See, I'm right here, buddy. I didn't go outside. And the cricket shirts don't require the second press. So one. Actually, I'm gonna give that a little bit more pressure. All right, you guys have to give me a second. I'm about to hand them these shirts, and then I'll be back to answer questions. And this is the regular sub paper. No blue squigglies. All right. Y'all give me a second. I will be right back. Where did I put my mask? Two. All right. Oh, yeah. I am back. All right, let's see. Where was I? Wait, no parchment paper needed. Oh, use a tacky paper. That's correct. Does it? Oh, I answered these. Does it bleed through the front? No. Yes, I found that the Cricut shirts run a size smaller. Yes, Cricut shirts one size smaller. Oh, well, that little girl, she might not be able to fit that shirt then. Cricut shirts seemed like they got smaller all of a sudden. Let's see. How long do you press the shirts? So when you're using our sublimation paper, 365 degrees, 30 seconds, but it really is knowing your heat press, because with this one over here, it has some cold spots or some pressure issues. So I have to do like 365, 370 for about 45 to 50 seconds if it's like taking up the majority of the heat press, but if it's in the center, 365, 30 seconds. So there were like a bunch of different shirts in there. Three of them were Cricut shirts. One of them was a Hanes shirt, and the other one was a Team 365 shirts. I have several different shirts that I use. Team 365, the Hanes Performance, I don't like Gildan Performance, Port and Company, Ultra Club, A4, and I just tried out the jerseys. I get all of those from Jiffy Shirts. Just received my order. Just ordered my 13 by 328 roll. Can't wait to receive it. Hello, Anthony. Oh, Anthony, I'm going to inbox you. Tomorrow I have a talk on it's a paid session. And I'm going to have a discussion on different ways to make shirts. And since you and Big Boy are the go-tos for DTF, and you can kind of maybe explain the differences like between the white tone and all that stuff, I'm going to inbox y'all for y'all to come and speak at my class tomorrow. All right. I'm going to inbox you. Sublimation is science. Yikes. Gassing, bleeding, ghosting. Love the shirt that my sister designed it. Let's see. Are you able to show the print settings? I do have a video that goes over the print settings. I do believe Shawnee posted it. I would recommend going to that. And I did post the link also So that is the print that goes to these printer settings, but I use plain paper, bright white, set to high quality, and then the rest of it is on there. So check out that video I just put in the comments. Do I have issues with printing more than one sheet, more than one sheet of paper on mine? No, I'm not sure which paper you're using. If you're using my paper, I've never had an issue with it. Only time that it may pick up more than one is when it gets to like the last couple of sheets. But as long as I have a stack in there, it just picks up one. You have to consider your environment. If you have a lot of moisture in your air, take your paper, put it under your heat press and press it to help pull out any moisture. And that should help if your paper has gotten a lot of moisture. And make sure that you store it to where it's not going to take in all that moisture from the air around. Okay, so I'm guessing you're talking about the other ones. One of them was Jet Pro 3G. So that first shirt, when I said that I had to kind of press it and burst, that was Jet Pro 3G, so transfers for darks. And then the second one was a screen print transfer from 613 Originals. Same answer there. I've been telling my customers they run small. You can print from any printer. I personally use an Epson 7720 and a EcoTank 2720, but all Epson printers print 47.24 inches long. If you have the new 8550, it actually prints 78 or almost like a little under 79 inches long. But all desktop printers, even the small 2720s, 2760s, 3710, 4700s, 4760s, 7750, 7700, 7750, they all print 47.24 inches long. I have several videos using the Jet Pro. I just did it just there. I showed my video yesterday when I was doing the first batch of these. There's a video for that. There's another video coming out, like how I cut those. So yeah, I have several videos using Jet Pro. Is the settings for the 3G paper in a video. So it's exactly the same. I use the exact same settings for everything as far as Adobe RGB, all that kind of good jazz. You don't have to change the density on that. The only thing that changes for Jet Pro 3G is you do not mirror and you use premium presentation paper matte or presentation paper matte. That's the only difference. All the other settings, I never change. I use Adobe RGB for everything. Thick paper envelope for everything. Sublimation, plain paper. Everything else, premium matte. So whether I'm printing the Jet Pro, regular, because I'm not doing that with Sublimation printer. I'm doing that with my regular pigment ink printer. But whether it's matte invitation stickers, labels, Jet Pro 3G, premium matte. If it's on glossy paper, then it goes on glossy. But that's the only thing that changes. Oh, she says, you know, I only use HS. Yeah, if you're having issues with it, then try putting it under the heat press. But yeah, I've never had issues with it picking up more than one, except when it gets down to like the last 2 or 3 sheets. I think it's just weird the way like it just picks up like the arm. I don't know. It's just weird how it picks it up. All right, y'all. Last call for questions because I have to get ready. I knew that I would go over because I had to do these shirts and wasn't anticipating them adding extra shirts to it. But I have to do the live today, which is selfie frames. I changed it to 2 o'clock. So any other questions for me before I jump off of here? Is Jet Pro for inkjet printers only, or can you use? So the Jet Pro is only for inkjet. They do have a paper, not Nina. I don't think they have it, but there are companies that sell the ones for laser. It's a different type of paper. It takes the ink differently. So you do have to find the ones that are for laser. But Jet Pro 3G, that one is just for inkjets. I have a question about putting your pigment ink into a reusable cartridge that had sub ink. How do I clean it? I would recommend, like, so a printer is different, but for cartridges, I recommend getting new cartridges. If you don't want to, then go find the video. I do have a video. It's about it was one or post it in my group, and I'll do it. It's not the one for cleaning cartridges. I end up putting the wrong color, so you have to drain it all the way out. You have to put a cleaning solution in there, prime that one, drain it out. So it's a long process. It's better just to buy new cartridges. I did that video almost like 2 years ago. I'm looking into trying your paper. What's the difference in your sublimation paper sheets versus your tacky paper rolls? So that's what we just did here. The tacky paper rolls, they get tacky once you press them. So the rolls I got for situations like this, 13 by 19, I would have had to print to 4 different sheets because it wasn't enough. So it's better to print it to roll. So whether it's tacky or just regular rolls, having rolls is great to have. But I chose to make it tacky because if you're doing an all over shirt, it's going to stick wherever you press it at. That's going to stick in that area, and it'll help prevent it from shifting. As far as like regular shirts and things like that, there's really no major advantage because our regular paper does not really bleed anyway. But the rolls are beneficial for doing longer projects, doing multiple items, and the tackiness is just an added benefit to where it's not going to move once you press it. I just demonstrated that, so you'll have to go back and rewatch the video to see exactly how they work. You're very welcome. Wait, do I have to have Adobe to have? No, it's just a print setting. Yeah, that's just a printing within, that's just a setting within your printer settings, correct? You are very welcome. And just don't forget, shop.silaholics.com. We have sublimation paper, sublimation ink, our ink. Oh, we also have heat tape. I recommend getting the bundle. Trust me, you may think that's like it's overkill, but for different projects, it is best to have different sizes of heat tape. We carry from 1/2 inch all the way up to 6 inch, which is perfect for tumblers. So if you combine the 6 and the 3, or like the 6 and the 4, it's great for tumblers to make sure that you get a full coverage on it if you find that using shrink wrap doesn't work for you. And then we do have the cartridges with the chips on it for the 7820 and 7840 printers. They are single-use cartridges, and well, single-use chips, not single-use cartridges. The cartridges you can use over and over and over again. I just did a video yesterday when I had to change out the one on my pigment ink printer. All it is changing the clip out that has the chip on it. So we do sell the cartridges with the chips. You don't have to harvest chips off of Epson cartridges any longer. And then you can get the chips only. These are XL rated cartridges, so you're going to get more prints than in a standard cartridge. We also have regular cartridges for the 7710, 7720, and all of those. So we go down here, you can get it in pigment ink or sublimation ink. So since we're talking about sublimation today, our bottles are 140 milliliters. It's going to give you way more bang for your buck. You break it down, it comes out to about, what, 12 cents per milliliter, which is still quite comparable with all of the other 100 milliliters. But with this one, you're going to get more. So you less orders you have to make, and like paying for shipping and all of that. So it is a great value at 140. It is keyed for eco tanks, but they're great if you have a cartridge because you don't have to take off the top. It will lessen the likelihood of having a major spill of your ink because it has that kind of plunger on the top. Just take your syringe, put it through the top of it, tilt it, pull it out. You can let your syringe sit in the top while you prep your cartridges. So having those on there is a godsend. And as you can see, this is sublimation. This is a picture that I took of the ink, and you can see that it is a true black ink. So you don't get those kind of brownish tones unless you over sublimate, but you're going to get true blacks unless you over sublimate. And then we also have the set. We have it in bundles. So the bundle, if you have a workforce printer, you definitely want to have a chip resetter. Anyone that has a 7710, 7720, 7210, 7610, 7620, 3620, 3640, even the expression printers, you want to get a chip resetter. That is essential. It is key. If you're tired of it stopping in the middle of a print and saying cartridge not recognized after a low ink warning, you want to have this. I have several videos that go over it and the benefits of it. You need one, okay? And we do sell the cartridges pre-filled for you. So it's like going to the store, buying a set of cartridges, taking the vent plug out, and then just putting them in the printer. One print head cleaning, you're set up. That's it. You're not going to get all those broken lines because we have filled and primed them and they are ready to go. I do recommend, if it's a new printer, that you do start with the Epson cartridges first and then put in the pre-fills. You guys will see me set one up. I had to set my mom's up because her Hottronics will be here soon. So once I go to set hers up, you guys will see that full-on process where I put the Epson ones in, set it all up, set the drive. Well, I think her drivers are already set. And then put the cartridges in, and it will be one print head cleaning. I will be able to press a sublimation print after one print head cleaning. So if you have a brand new printer, definitely consider getting our quick start bundle. It is essential. All right. And of course, our sublimation paper. If you want to just try it out, we do have 20 sheet sample packs available on the site if you want to try this out. Yeah. All right, guys, let me go because I have like 40 minutes until my next video where we're going to put adhesive vinyl onto foam board to make a selfie frame. All right, guys, thank you so very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, hit the bell so that you're notified. If you're watching from Facebook, like and follow us. Join my Facebook groups, Honestly Speaking, 365 Sublimation, the best sublimation group on Facebook, as well as Silaholics Anonymous, Silhouette Help. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok, Silaholics Anonymous. All right, guys, until next time. Have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.